Hi students, welcome to our channel. These are the 2 marks question for unit 1 of decision science 2024 pattern, because there are questions for 2019 pattern also, but these are for 24 pattern because there is a little change in the syllabus of this both the patterns. Now this unit 1 is about introduction of decision science and quantitative techniques. Now question number 1 is, what is decision science? See, decision science, the name itself suggests that the organization want to make the decisions, and those decisions should be perfect. And how these decisions can be done? These all decisions are based on the mathematical and statistical and quantitative tools. It means decision science is a systematic and analytical approach used for making rational decisions using mathematical, statistical, and quantitative tools. Now question number 2. State any two importance of decision science. Number 1 is helps manager to make objective and data-based decisions. Second, improves efficiency and reduces uncertainty in complex decision problems. Define quantitative techniques, QT. Question number 3 is, define quantitative techniques, QT. QT refers to mathematical and statistical methods used for analyzing numerical data to support managerial decision making. Now question number 4, mention the role of quantitative techniques in decision making. QT helps in evaluating alternatives using numerical analysis. It supports forecasting, optimization, resource allocation, and risk analysis. Give any two examples of quantitative techniques used in management: linear programming and assignment and transportation models. Now we will move towards linear programming. What is linear programming? Linear programming is a mathematical technique used to allocate limited resources optimally to achieve a specific objective such as maximization or minimization. Now question number 7, mention any two characteristics of linear programming. It is objective function must be linear, and another is all constraints must be expressed as linear inequalities or equations. Question number 8, what is an objective function of LP? It is a mathematical expression that describes the objective of problem, such as maximizing profit or minimizing cost. What are constraints in linear programming? Constraints are restrictions or limitations that must be satisfied while solving linear programming problem, such as labor, material, budget. What is a feasible region in graphical linear programming? It is the common area in graphs where all constraints are satisfied simultaneously. Question number 11, what is an optimal solution in linear programming? It is the point within the feasible region that maximizes or minimizes the objective function. Give two assumptions of linear programming. Proportionality, that is output varies directly with input. Second is additivity, total contribution is sum of individual contributions. What are decision variables in linear programming model? They are known quantities, for example x, y, whose values are to be determined to optimize objective. Why linear programming formulation important? Formulation converts a real-life business problem into mathematical model that helps manager to identify optimal solution. Name two applications of linear programming in management: production planning, transportation and distribution planning. What are decision variables in linear programming problems? Variables that represent unknown quantities to be determined in optimization problem. What are constraints in linear programming problem? I think this question is, we have seen this question. Restrictions expressed as linear inequalities or equalities that limit the values of decision variables. What is the non-negativity restriction? It requires all decision variables to be greater than 0 because negative values do not have practical meaning. Give any two assumptions of linear programming problem: linearity, additivity, divisibility, certainty. What is meant by formulation of linear problem? Writing a real life problem in terms of objective function, decision variables, and constraint. Define feasible region, the common area that satisfies all constraints of LPP on the graph. What is a feasible solution? A solution that satisfies all constraints and lies within the feasible region. What is an optimal solution? A feasible solution that gives maximum or minimum value of objective function. What is the graphical method of solving LPP? A method used to solve LPP with two variables by plotting constraints on graph and finding the feasible region. When is graphical method applicable? Only when the LPP linear programming problem has two decision variables. How is the optimal point identified in the graphical method? By evaluating the objective function at the corner points and the feasible region. What is the corner point theorem? The optimal solution of a linear programming problem, if it exists, lies at the corner point of the feasible region. What is an isoprofit or isocost line? A line representing equal values of the objective functions used to locate the optimal point graphically. What are multiple optimal solutions in LPP? When the objective function is parallel to the constraint boundary, resulting in multiple points giving the same optimal value, that is called as the optimum, that is called as a multiple optimum solution. How do we identify multiple optimal solution graphically? If the isoprofit or isocost line overlaps with boundary of the feasible region. What is infeasibility in LPP? When no point satisfies all constraints together, a feasible region does not exist. What causes an infeasible solution? Conflicting or mutually exclusive constraints. See here, conflicting or mutually exclusive constraints that causes the infeasible solution. What is an unbounded solution? When the feasible region is open and objective function can increase or decrease infinity. What is unboundedness detected graphically? Feasible region extends to infinity in direction of optimization. Distinguish between unbounded and infeasible solution. Unbounded is a feasible region exists but is open. Infeasible, no feasible region exists. This is all about the 2 marks question for the unit 1 of decision science 2024 pattern. Thank you.